Well, good morning. It's such a nice, beautiful, sunny morning. I'm doing this outside before I go into the church building. And the idea is pretty fresh in my mind as I'm sitting here in the car. How do you drive? Is your driving a model for other people? Which begs the question, is your speech a model for other people to follow? Is your spending, is your eating, and you can fill in the blank. What role do you play in the lives of other people as a role model? The Apostle Paul wrote to the church in Corinth here at the beginning of chapter 11 of 1 Corinthians, and he says, "Be imitators of me, just as I also am of Christ." So that's a challenge for us to imitate the Apostle Paul. His love for Christ, his awareness of the world around him, and how the church should function in the world. He says, "Be imitators of me, just as I am of Christ." And the goal then ought to be, that's what I want to be able to say to other people. It's not a long verse, it's easy to memorize, and I hope that it's refreshed in your thinking today in such a way that it challenges you to be able to say the same thing. You can say the same thing to your spouse. Be an imitator of me, just as I also am an imitator of Christ. You can say this to your children. You live a righteous life. You live a life motivated by love for Jesus, just like I'm doing it, and model it for them. Find someone ahead of you on this journey. Find someone that you can imitate that is providing a model for you. How do you parent? How do you work in an ungodly environment as a Christian? So, intentionally live your life, speak your words, spend your time, spend your money, drive your car in a way that is a model for others to imitate as you are following others who are ahead of you. They're more like Christ. They've walked with him longer. They've read his word longer than you have. And that's the goal for today, to be an imitator of a Christian, a Christ follower that's ahead of me, even as he is an imitator of Christ. And then to leave for those following me an example that they can follow and imitate Christ the way I imitate Christ. It's all motivated by his love. And I get to remind you again today that God loves you. Let's love him with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. God bless you through the day.